Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel as the garden turns. Today is Friday. I'm not exactly sure. Friday, May 9th. I just looked over at my Alexa. I hope she doesn't light up, but she probably will. But today is Friday, May 9th. I'm trying to see if my lighting here is okay. It is a beautiful day here in the city of St. Louis. It's probably about 70 degrees right now. And I'm not sure exactly what the high is, but I will find out for you. Now, I'm not sure if you really want to know, but it's probably about 76 or something like that is the high. So I don't want to have to go search for this. So I just not going to tell you that I'm going to come back with the answer because I'm not. Okay, so in this video, you know, on Fridays, I try to do like really cool or, you know, like unique recipes or just whatever I feel like, you know, like it's like a whimsical day or something, I guess. Like last Friday, I did a cilantro day. So that was like unique and different. And everything that I made, except for the dessert, of course, had cilantro in it. And I thought that was so cool. And so today we're going to be doing something that is like a copycat day. We're going to make some copycat Chick-fil-A, which is really nice. It's going to be really nice. We're going to do some on homemade Hawaiian roll. So you might want to tune in for the Hawaiian roll because that would be a wonderful roll to serve at a Mother's Day brunch or dinner. I'm going to make a Mother's Day dinner. Probably not going to put it on until after Mother's Day, but it's going to be really nice. I'm going to make it for my mom. She can come pick it up or I'll go drop it off either way. And so in this video, though, we're going to be making some Copycat Little Debbie Nutty Bar ice cream sandwiches. Okay, and I'm going to do a chocolate bar and a vanilla bar with peanut butter. We're going to make them on this beautiful baking tray. I'm doing the, what is that show? That had the man on there that would tell you to watch your pets. My grandmother used to watch it. I cannot, and my mother, and I did too. Price is Right. Price is Right. I'm trying to put that off of my grandmother them. Okay, I had to take a drink of water because I remember Bob Barker was a mug, man. Bob Barker was something else behind the scenes and in front of him. But yeah, I was doing the Price of Right's hand. So on this video, though, we're going to be making these Copycat Little Debbie Nutty Bar ice cream sandwiches. If you guys remember the Nutty Bar, or if you still eat it like my husband does almost on a daily basis, I'm sure he remembers it. So it's like a little wafer bar with peanut butter in the middle, and then it's coated in some nice chocolate, and then that's usually it. But I'm going to take that and like put it in ice cream, you know, with some ice cream, and then I'm going to do like a top bar that's going to be of chocolate wafers with the peanut butter. The bottom is going to be vanilla wafers with the peanut butter, and then you just put it together and you eat it. And I think my husband is going to be in heaven because this is one of his favorite processed foods. That's what I have to say because that is what that is. It is. This is a lot better because I'm actually going to be using chocolate and peanut butter, real peanut butter, honey roasted creamy peanut butter. We're going to be using some real things. I know they don't use real stuff in the Little Debbie recipe. A lot of the stuff is not real, like the chocolate and stuff like that. So yeah. So in this video, that's what we're going to be doing. So I was telling y'all I wasn't feeling well. I'm feeling a little better. You know, I went walking the other day. I've been going walking a lot. And what is hilarious to me is my husband has been talking about, oh, your butt and all this. And I'm just like, what? Okay, so I just didn't see it, right? And I was like walking. I had on some black clothes. I'm walking up. And I walked past like, it was like a business window. And I caught a reflect. Okay. I am starting to get the menopause body. I think that's the body of the ladies that are like, you know, 50 and plus. Like, and I know y'all might be like, what are you talking about? I'm saying that I am actually getting like hips that I didn't have before. and that's not a bad thing either. I'm just saying that I am getting, I'm seeing grandmama. I'm seeing my grandmother. I guess that's my Mother's Day gift. I don't know. But I looked in the reflection of the store and I was like, okay, well, I am forming nice hips. I mean, I don't need to childbirth anymore, so I'm not sure exactly what they for, but yeah. And then it's not a bad thing. Like I said, my husband like it. He love it. So that's a plus. All right, let's get on to making these things. I just had to tell y'all, your body changes with menopause and you can work out and do everything. And I know it's these women that you be like, oh my gosh, you 50, but they are putting in their work to look the way that they do. They are putting it in. I'm just saying, because you got to fight. You got to fight. All right, y'all. So we finna start making these sandwiches. Let's get these cookies open and on our mat here. Okay, so This is just a baking tray and a piece of parchment paper. And on my parchment paper on the back, I've written chocolate at the top. And then on the other part, and that is in penciler, I wrote vanilla, okay? And that is just so that I know what is what once I coat it with chocolate, because it's going most of the stuff is going to happen right here on this surface. So I'm going to get my cookies open. Let me get this open. I got my scissors. You hear that? I'm going to start trying to talk like my grandmother used to. And then y'all might be like, well, your mother's older. Yeah, she is. But I still look at my grandmother as the Don Juan, you know? She was the originator. So I look at it like that, like my grandmother. And she was so country. She used to talk like really hilarious, and I loved it. My mother doesn't talk like that. My mother was a school teacher all her life. And even in school, once she got out of school, I mean, in school, she was a nerd. You know what I'm saying? And once she got out of school, she continued that nerdability. Is that a word? She continued her nerdabilities. And so my grandmother was one of those gold teeth having, you know, smoking cigarette, you know, type women who went to church on Sunday, but didn't really like to go when it was Mother's Day or Easter, because she didn't like how the women tried it. You know, how they would come out, and she did it too, though, because she would go searching for hats. But she didn't like going to church on Easter and Mother's Day. But I think she went, no, wait a minute, because we would have Mother's Day dinners and stuff. She didn't like going because she would be like, the ladies would be there, you know, trying to show out and who had the biggest hat and the best dress and stuff like that. So, but yeah, when I think of like grandma, I think of my grandmother, because that was my grandma. And I only had one. So, and I treasured her dearly. Think about her every day. And I had one grandfather as well. If y'all didn't know, I am half Nigerian. My father, I've never met my father. He's from Nigeria, the bastard. And yes, I said the bastard. He's from Nigeria. I've never met him. He knew I existed. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that I knew he did. So that's my thing. But I had one grandmother and I had one grandfather. And they were both very, very, they were a very important part of my life. So we have our peanut butter. Now we're going to make sandwiches here. Not hopefully that these will be even. I didn't even count. Yeah, 16. Okay, so you want to take your peanut butter, and we're not going to add nothing extra because we don't need any more sugars. We don't need anything extra in this bar here. So you want to put a nice amount of peanut butter there, though, because my husband is going to want to taste the peanut butter. And then, as you can see, I have actually placed this on the side that it is supposed to be. So, like, this is the chocolate side where I have it labeled. So now I'm going to put it, so you can see I got a nice little sandwich made here. Let me put that one down. And that's what you want to do. You just want to put peanut butter on your cookies. Uh-oh. Put your top on there. And put it down. So I think today is one of the first days in days that we have not had rain here in St. Louis. It has been rainy and like that weird with the black skies and all that, you know. But the thing is, the garden needs it, and I am so happy that it is raining this much. I just don't want it to be like that flood of 93. That was awful. But yeah, this time we got a good rain. Oh, what? I'm thinking that is that song, this time we got a good rain. This time we got something special. This time that rain did it. It did it. It put it all in it. Oh, okay. You remember that song? But it wasn't that. I just made some stuff up. That was bad. My stepmother used to, not stepmother, my mother-in-law used to love that song. This time you got a good love. So this is dedicated to the mothers and the gardener. She wasn't a gardener, but the mothers out there. If you notice, I've been talking about women in my life in this video because they are a special part of it. I don't believe anymore in buying gifts from the store because I feel like, why? We just keep giving these people our money and we ain't getting nothing back. So I'm not really into that now. I'm going to be cooking for my mother on Mother's Day, but and I know she's going to be upset because she's a gift person. But this is a gift. I'm going to be making her something she ain't had in years. And so that is my gift to her. Like, I have memories of my grandmother and mom and aunts, you know, all sitting around on Saturdays at my grandmother's house. And on Mother's Day, they would go over to my uncle's, well, my cousin, he's not my uncle, he passed as well, my cousin house, and they would have a Mother's Day brunch, and all the kids would stay back at my grandmother's house, and we would be over there playing and fighting and just enjoying each other's company, y'all. And I miss those days with my cousins. We were so close, and I haven't seen any of them in years since my grandma passed. Actually, it's been a while, so I would love to get back with them. But yeah, it's like life, y'all. Never know what might be happening in your life, you know. All right, so let's get the rest of these coated with peanut butter, and then I will be right back. All right, so next, let me see here. Let me see. I have 8. So I want to make some of these individual for my husband so he can have something to eat, just so he can have something to eat. And then the other ones I'm going to push together. So like you can see that some of these have peanut butter that has slipped out of the side here. That is great because we're just going to push these two together like so. And then I'm going to place these in the freezer. So we got that. That'll make 1. Because these don't have to be that big. That'll make 2. And then here's some with some peanut butter slipping out the side there. Here's another one. Let's do these 2 here. You just want to push them together. And see, this is going to be 1 ice cream sandwich. It's going to be 2 ice cream sandwiches. I might actually make him some more because he loves him some Nutter Butters. Okay, I'm going to push these together. These are not Nutter Butters. These are Nutty Bars. Nutty Buddy Bars. Okay. Push those together. That'll be cool. So we got 3 ice cream sandwiches here. I'm going to make 4 ice cream sandwiches for him. So I'm going to push all of these together. And then I'm going to make him some separately. I'm not going to do those on camera though. All right, so you want to place these in the freezer. I'm going to cover these and place these in the freezer and let them set. And then we're going to be dipping them in chocolate next. I want to thank everybody that has been commenting. My Kindred Spirit Tika Taka 2. I think it's Tika Taka 2. Yeah, I love your comments. I love conversating with you. It's been a joy. So I want to thank everybody for all of the comments and love. And yeah, I'm gonna try to get this video out so that you guys can make this for your mother. If your mama loves some Nutty Buddies, make her this recipe. She will love her some Nutty Buddy ice cream sandwiches. All right, we're gonna finish these up. All right, so now I am melting my chocolate. I have about a ½ cup of chocolate chips and about, let's see here, 4 cubes of almond bark. And I'm gonna microwave this until it is nice and melty, and then add about a tablespoon of coconut oil. All right, so I'm stirring this. You can see I added my coconut oil. You can see the little bits of white right there. And you want to try to stir that in. I'm trying not to microwave this anymore. Maybe I can get this little bitty pieces to break down in here. And as you can see, I have my wafers out of the freezer. I don't know. Might not be able to get them to break down. But I do not want to do this again in the microwave just because. You know what? I'm going to have to throw it back in there because those are some nice sized chunks. Probably for about 10 more seconds. Okay, so this is out. You can see there's just a little small piece left there, but we're good. All right, now. I'm actually going to keep that right there. I'm going to start dipping my bars. So I have one of my chocolate bars here. Put that in, flip it, pull it out. That's the vanilla peanut butter. And you just want to stick and move, stick and move. You can see that's coming apart a little bit. So let's just drench that right there. You can even take your fork and go over one side like that. So you have less chocolate on here. dip all of my bars, and then I'll be right back. I bet this is something that your kids would love to do on their upcoming summer breaks. Put them to work. Make them make their own lunch, you know? This is a cool activity. I'm like sitting here just thinking as I'm dipping these. I know I talk a lot, but yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking. I'm just trying to get it. Uh-oh. Now these are the single ones that I'm making for my husband. And then some of these I did with one chocolate wafer and one vanilla wafer. Okay, so here are the finished Nutty Buddy Bars. So you can like scrape off any extra chocolate if you want. And these are the ones that I did not scrape the top on. So I'm probably gonna put that one on the top. These are the ones that I did. These are, they sealed pretty well. You can see they're like little pieces of chocolate. You can just break those off. And then on this side, I have my chocolate. On this side, we have our vanilla. And then these are the bars that I made separately for my husband to eat. So I chose to use some chocolate ice cream. I'm gonna get this open. This is probably going to be really good. It's just peanut butter and chocolate and cookies, you know? All right, so we got our ice cream. And I'm gonna use these as the base here currently, right? So I'm gonna put, so we got our one. And I have a little scoop that I'm using here. Put those on. Okay. Kind of push it down with your scoop there. I'm gonna take my knife here and smooth it down just a bit. All right, and so we know that this is a chocolate and we know this is a vanilla. So I'm going to place my vanilla on top and smash it down. Pick it up, and then smooth that peanut butter. Smooth that chocolate ice cream in the middle. All right. And then we're going to wrap these in plastic wrap in just a second. So let me do another one so you guys can see. All right, so this is a chocolate. Just a little bit more. Push it down. And smooth it around the edge of the inside there. I can see there's some coverage that I didn't get, but who cares? Okay. This is actually a grapefruit knife. You can see it has a little bend to the end. This is another one of those things I found at the thrift store. I'm not joking. I got this at the thrift store. by the pound, that is. All right, there we go. That is number 2. Let me get these finished up. All right, so now I'm going to wrap these. I got a little bit of plastic wrap here. I just want to pick up one. Look at those up close. Wow. What? So put this in your plastic wrap. Roll that up, and then this is going to go in my deep freezer. And these are our homemade Copycat Little Debbie Nutty Buddy Bar ice cream bars with chocolate ice cream. What? Like, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all. So I got one of my ice cream sandwiches out of the deep freezer. This may be almost impossible to cut because when it comes out of my deep freezer, it is deeply frozen. Okay, so we're about to go sit outside and eat our dessert. And we're going to split one of these. So I'm going to see if I can get this cut in half. I'm going to get this cut in half. All right. Oh, wow. There we go. So you can see the chocolate cookie with the peanut butter layer. This is ice cream. And then this is the vanilla cookie with the peanut butter layer. And this is what we are going to be having for dessert. This is our Copycat Little Debbie Nutty Buddy Bar ice cream sandwiches. All right, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe.